Hi, I'm Larry Herb, Xbox Live's Major Nelson.
And I'm Dan Amrich, Activision's One of Swords.
And this is GirlGamer.com. Yay! Hey guys, Crixley here, COO with GirlGamer.com, and today we are at Space on Abbot Kinney in Venice for this, the Modern Warfare 3 Collection 2 Grudge Match. Today we're playing with Brandon Jennings from the Milwaukee Bucks and Gordon Hayward from the Utah Jazz, not to mention that One of Swords and Major Nelson are here to settle a little grudge match of their own with a 2-on-2. So I'm a little excited to get my hands all over these new maps. Shiny. Grenade! So I'm standing here with Gordon Hayward from the Utah Jazz, who is very tall and very into Modern Warfare 3, and I have to apologize because I was on your team and we lost a bunch, but we protected him, so that was the important part. Now, what is it about Modern Warfare 3 and the Call of Duty franchise that just gets you like, I want to play today?
I mean, there's something about, killing one of your friends, making them respawn that, you can't get with any other game, and it's fun to go out there and play, and it helps me unwind. But at the same time, I think it's an outlet for competition, and you played today. It was fun, right?
Yeah, oh, it was so total fun.
Yeah, so it's what it's all about.
Well, now, I noticed when we were all playing as a team, because when you're on a team, what does the coach say? Chatter, talk to each other, communicate. But when you and Brandon were playing one-on-one, you could have heard a pin drop in this place. So how intense does it get when you're doing a one-on-one with someone who's, who's off the court is your friend, but on the court is like, that dude's my enemy?
Yeah, I mean, when it's a one-on-one like that, everybody's focused. I think you're really concentrating on what you want to do, and so there's not that much talk. Like you said, during those team games, though, people always ask me if there's any, benefit from playing these video games, and I would say, for one, when you're on a team and you're taking it seriously, if you don't communicate, you're going to lose, and that's the same thing on the court. If you don't communicate on the court, you're going to lose too. So I think those are some similarities between the two.
Well, now, you played with a bunch of girls today, myself included. So, A, have you ever played with females before in multiplayer? And B, how weird is it when you hear females like us, trash talking and dropping F-bombs and stuff?
I have played with a couple. It's rare to play with girls. There's not very many, but anytime you play with a girl, they're usually pretty cool and a lot of fun to play with. And so it's different when you hear a voice like that, but, it's like I said, it's pretty cool.
Now, when you leave here today and you go home, what's the first thing you're going to do?
When I leave here and go home,
play Modern Warfare 3.
I'll probably play some Modern Warfare 3.
There you go, baby. Okay, so every girl gamer's dream right now is coming true because I'm standing next to a dear friend Mr. One of Swords, and someone I've been wanting to meet for forever, Larry Herb. You know him as, oh my God.
How are you?
I want in on
Oh
that.
my
This is my action.
It's a Major Nelson One of Swords sandwich poke.
It's a Crixley sandwich.
It's a Crixley sandwich. Now, you guys, you not only came to play in the Collection 2 Grudge Match, but you also came to play in a 2-on-2, Team Hayward and Team Jennings.
Yeah.
Now, you guys play together pretty often over Xbox, correct?
Not as much as we'd like to. There's never enough time in the days. Frankly, there's too many games.
Yeah, I know that one. Well, now, when you guys were playing, because I saw a little strategy and a little trash talking going on, what was the strategy that you were telling Brandon when you guys were all like, while Major Nelson and Gordon were getting pictures taken?
Well, Major and I did a one-on-one match as a warm-up, and I was able to discern all of Major Nelson's weaknesses, and there were many, so it took a long time to go over them with Brandon. But basically, I was telling him, this is how I'm going to play. I'm going to be using a lot of portable radar in the smaller maps. I'm going to be calling out everything that I see. I'm a big team player. I want communication across the team. So I was trying to let him. I was like, what's your natural play style? How can I fit into it? And Brandon was game for that, but it didn't work out because in the 2v2s. They cleaned our clocks.
Yeah, I was going to say, now, when Team Jennings, when it was, full with the press, you guys were kind of wiping Team Nelson and Team Hayward out. But when it went to the 2-on-2, you and Gordon were like, let's get it on, and you swept the whole thing.
Well, that actually goes back a few years when Gordon and I were playing together in the Celtics, and when he was my forward, and we're just connected. We had some strategy there. We've been doing it for a while, and then when we got into the 2v2. Everything got out of the way, and there was pure focus. We knew what we had to do. We went out, and we got the job done.
Well, now, the last question I have for you two seasoned veterans. Notice I said seasoned, not
appreciate
old.
that. Not old.
Because I'm old, too. What pro tip would you have for the kids out there when going into these maps?
Really, you need to spend some time in a private lobby and just check them out. Let's be clear. This is the very first time I've seen those maps. They were released today, so I flew down from Seattle, came over here, and literally that's the first time we played it. But what I like to do is I just like to go into the private matches and kind of figure them out, what's going on, and then watch people play. I was watching Dan play. He's played them a little bit, so I was watching him play. So he was teaching me some tips to defeat him.
And what about you? What are your pro tips?
I'm a firm believer, get in a 2v2 map with somebody that you trust. You have to be constantly communicating. I heard Gordon calling out every time that I killed him. He goes, he's in the house, or he's right behind me, or he's down by the factory. Like everything, he was constantly giving Larry the information that he needed to take me down. It wasn't the information that I gave you. But yeah, and also be willing to vary your play style. This is not standard 6-on-6 multiplayer, and you need to be flexible. You might want to try to run things that, perks and stuff that you don't normally do because you're trying to deny them information. I find that if you can shut them down on UAVs, if they don't know where you are, then they can't kill you. So I changed my entire game from what I normally do as a support player to do those kind of things, to get off radar, to do dead silence, things like that I would not normally do. So be ready to change your play style for these maps. It's a different way to play the game.
That is some sage advice, and y'all better have been paying attention. Now, as Major Nelson has said, the Collection 2 map pack is available today, Tuesday, so I suggest you jump on your box and get it. For GirlGamer.com and for Major Nelson and One of Swords, at Major Nelson, at One of Swords, and at Crixley, peace out.
What's up, guys? This is Gordon Hayward of the Utah Jazz, and this is GirlGamer.com.